lineage of the very greatest of scholars, Shankara, Naropa, and the like. And like those great personages, he believed that all of existence played in the body of Vishnu. He was lauded by followers, and he would always tell them that they were integral cells, atoms in the body of Vishnu. His followers lauded him, bowed to him, and he roamed within Vishnu's body. He knew mathematics, he knew the astrology and physics, he knew philosophy, he knew the teachings of the ages. But then, one day, a very strange thing happened to him. He felt himself slipping, and suddenly he was outside Vishnu's mouth, in a vast, vast abyss, a void, a darkness that began to envelop him. He was deathly afraid. And as he flailed around, he cast about in his extraordinary mind for a mantra, an affirmation, to take him back to where he felt that he was safe. But as he tried and desperately called on the knowledge, the depths of what his life had wrought, he could barely, in the distance, make out just a misty form of Vishnu in the distance as the waves of darkness washed over him. And then, with a tremendous effort of that mind, he managed to bring the hand of Vishnu out, in which he could rest, and he was popped back into Vishnu's mouth. But life was not the same after this. He could no longer assert that all of existence was within Vishnu. So he added to his teachings that there was something else, something beyond perhaps. And after a time, he convinced himself that he was satisfied with existence, continuing his teachings. But then it happened again. Suddenly, he was slipping. And again, he was outside Vishnu. Now, the great waves of the void, the darkness, beat against the edges of his mind. Waves that leapt against infinity, the infinity that is the edge of creation. But no effort of that mind could even bring back a faint outline of the body of Vishnu. So he flayed around, desperately trying to find a point to which his mind could grasp, to bring back existence, life, reality. He flailed and flailed until it was spent. There was nowhere that he could find a point of light to guide him back to what we know as life. In the time of timelessness, he found himself back in Vishnu's mouth. But nothing was the same again. There was no existence or other than existence. You may, after hearing this story, recognize that there is something missing, yet untold. So it's asked of you, could it be when we are here in this blessed and sacred place called Schreibenberg, that we have slipped out of Vishnu's mouth and find ourselves in a vastness where the undulating waves of energy wash over us, lapping at the edges of our mind. Knowledge, wisdom, seeking. Could it be like Ramakaya, if we can come to that place where even our sheer exhaustion from the flailing, the seeking, the wondering, the wanting to know, to have understanding, that we can complete this story? Indeed, we will. Because every story, every experience has a beginning, a middle, and an end. We know that endings, like the experiences of life, leave us free to begin another story, another meeting, another endeavor. But now we have the opportunity to be able to recognize that there is no existence and nothing other than existence. And in that place, Schreibenberg will have done its work in the way it was set to do, and bring all into a place where the depths that are beyond existence, and bring the very power in which we rest and call it by that name, so that something new will emerge, as it will for us, going away from here, living the knowing, no existence and nothing other than existence, life.